Hello, learning coaches. This is Mrs. Kukula. I am here to talk to you about setting up for our upcoming watercolor projects. So this is just an information video to kind of help you with how you might want to go about setting up your student for working with watercolor at home. So the first suggestion that I have is to put something down on your tabletop. It doesn't have to be a big fluffy towel like the one I have here. It could just be some paper towels. But I find that having something down on the surface of the table makes for easier cleanup. If it's too bumpy though, it might be something easier to tip over, with the water cup. So use your discretion, find something relatively flat to lay down on the surface just in case an accident happens. I do single sheets of paper on top of that at a time just because the water will soak into the paper, and if there are several pieces of paper stacked together, it will soak through, so just one piece of paper at a time. Your watercolor sets that you should have picked up at your materials distribution, and remember you can still pick those up, will come with a paintbrush and the little watercolor cakes in here. They should all be dry if it's brand new. Your student will need a cup of water. Now I like to use this little laundry lid container for laundry soap because it's the perfect size. It's pretty small. It's got a good deep profile for the brush to rest in nicely, but it also is not something that you would regularly drink out of. And I like to keep my paint water in something that's not a regular cup, just in case. We all make mistakes, and sometimes you have a tendency to reach for that when you're taking a drink. Or I just don't like to mix paint in something that I intend to drink out of later, even if I wash it. So I like to find something like this, a disposable cup of some kind, but I keep this with my watercolor paints as I store them. Now you open your tray, and you can help your student do this before class, but you're gonna wanna put a little bit of water in each one of these little trays to get the paint activated. And I'm gonna go over this in class. I'm gonna go over all the techniques that we use, but if you wanna help them get the watercolor paints activated before class, you just dip your brush and just put a little bit in each of these little pans. Just a little bit is fine. You don't have to completely drench the watercolor cake. Just a little bit of water in each one will help it start activating for us to be able to paint. Okay, so that's your home setup for anything when we do watercolor. My last suggestion is whatever learning device your student comes to school on, prop it up on something that won't get hurt if water spills. The last thing I want is a water accident to happen on your at-home electronic device. So if you have to have this on the same tabletop, prop it up on a book or something else away from where you're going to be working. Obviously mine is very close. I would not have your students' computing device so close to where they're working, but we will be having a lot of fun with this new material, and I'm really excited to get this project started. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.